Welcome back to Grow Your Niche, the channel where we talk about growing your YouTube channel. And today I'm going to cover the second most important thing when trying to grow your channel. Because if this doesn't work, if you don't do what I'm going to tell you, YouTube isn't going to show your videos. So listen up. Now, in the last video, I covered the number one thing, and that being have a good thumbnail and a good title. Because if no one clicks on that video, it doesn't matter how good it is. Now, the number two thing, if you don't have a good retention rate, that's the number two thing, retention. If you don't have a good retention rate, YouTube is not going to continue to show people. And you may ask me, what is a good retention rate and what is retention? I mean, you probably know what retention is, but we'll get into that afterwards. A good retention rate is anywhere above 45 to 50%. Now, if you can get something that's about 60% or above, you are absolutely killing it. Mr. Beast, his retention rate is about 70%, which is insane. Even, to be honest, some of my best videos are only performing around the 50% mark. I do have a couple of shorts that get like 110% when people go back and will watch a particular part again and again and again, and that video just keeps killing it. It's a video on folding a pop-up tent because everyone wants to see the hard bit where you have to fold it up, and it's, anyway. So retention. Now, I'm sure you've noticed in a lot of YouTube videos, everyone's always like, wait till the end until, yeah, they do that for a reason, because they need to keep retention. And then there's also retention editing, where there's always something going on, some sort of flashy thing, some sort of sound effect, some zoom in, zoom out, some cutscene, yeah, that's retention editing. Learning how to keep retention is an art in itself, and it will take time. If you don't have that skill or the knack, or maybe your video is just not that interesting, there are a couple of ways you can make your video more interesting. Now, yes, you can put in these cutscenes, you can put in these zooms and effects, and you can get really good at talking to the camera. One thing I would say is, when you go back and edit your video, try to think about it from the perspective of someone that doesn't like you. Now, I know that sounds weird, but think about every little boring thing that's in your video. Don't watch your video and go, this is the greatest thing in the world. You probably think that, but it's probably not. Let's just be honest. It's hard to critique your own videos, and you know, sometimes it can be hard when you show your friends. For them, maybe they don't want to be completely honest with you. If you have a friend that's brutally honest, maybe send it to them, and you know, you might not like what they say, but it is good to get feedback before we release things. Now, on a general level, to keep it interesting, sometimes whether it's just talking to the camera, it can't always be having a new scene, but you can, as I said, like cut in, cut out, use sound effects, just be good at talking to the camera. Now, that in itself is an art, and it took me a long time to be able to do that. At the moment, I'm not even adding in any cuts or pausing, or I'm not even reading off a screen. I am just telling you the information I know from my mind, because I have done this for way too long. And I'm trying to keep your attention to keep the retention. So it's a lesson. Keep your audience interested. Go through the video, watch it back, think about every second that is boring. Can I cut a bit out? You want to, like, say you've got a 10-minute video. I'm sure you can cut that down to 6 minutes. Without retention, YouTube is not going to show your videos. Now, there's one little thing you can do to help your videos is go back and look at the analytics and look at the retention rate. And if you see the dips, maybe there are parts in that video you can actually take out to increase your retention. So maybe you have a really long intro at the start on every one of your videos. If you do, get rid of it. It shouldn't be any longer than 3 to 5 seconds. 5 seconds is even too long. Yeah, you don't want that. You just want to pretty much get straight into it. You want to tease the audience at the start of the video, tell them what they're going to get, and tell them, you know, if they're going to stick around, what they're going to see. But make sure you actually do deliver on your promise. Because if people go into a video seeing something and then you say, oh, watch till the end and you're going to see this or something interesting is going to happen, and then it doesn't happen, well, they're going to be pretty disappointed. I'm going to leave it there for today. That is my lesson on retention, and we will continue making more videos on how to grow your niche. But for the moment, my watch is buzzing because my laundry is ready. So I'm going to go get my laundry.